When I'm fishing for small fish, I'm just wanting something a little bit cleaner, a little bit faster, and that's how the XL Reaper came about. One of the key things about the XL Reaper is it's 50 centimetres in length. The extra length just gives you more positions of the rod. So when I'm braid fishing an island, I've got like what I call infinite positions to put the rod down. So sometimes if a venue's towing, I don't want too big a bend in the rod, so I might want to follow almost the braid down the rest, so I might be constantly moving it, and that's why the extra length, 50 centimetres, just gives me that bit more length, keep the right bend in the tip, which means I'm fishing more effectively. The other big plus with the Reaper being so long is it gives me lots of positions to put the rod down. So when I'm fishing for roach, say an island, or even skimmers like today, I can be fishing very fast, so it doesn't matter, I haven't got to look for the rest, I can put it down, be straight on it. One of the biggest issues we've had when producing the XL Reaper is finding the right material. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people say the rod rest, but we've put a lot of thought into this one and tried to make it what we deem to be the perfect rest for this type of fishing. One of the big issues I've always had when silverfish fishing is line or braid cutting into the rest. So we wanted to find a hard material, which is line and braid friendly basically, because there's nothing worse than picking up and finding your braids dug in or your braids catching on the rest, etc. And what we wanted was grip, but at the same time durability. And with the material we're now using, I can put the rod down and it grips, but at the same time it's line and braid friendly. I've been using my rest now for probably 12 months and it's showing very little signs of wear and tear, so it's definitely built to last. When it comes to sort of attention to detail, what you'll notice with the XL Reaper is it's got what we call micro grooves in it. These are there so the line or the braid or whatever will sit in the grooves, but at the same time they're not so deep, so it's going to get caught. So when you pick up, you still get that nice clean strike, but at the same time your braid or line is sitting in the optimum position. With the XL Reaper, one thing we have continued with, but only at one end, we've got the adjustable Reaper stop. Now the idea behind that is to stop your rod getting dragged in. So say you were fishing somewhere where it's predominantly bream, but the chance of a carp coming, and when you get a carp it's going to pull your rod in, you can have the adjustable stop up. So like if you do get a quick bite and you're not watching, it's going to save your rod from being pulled in basically. But say I was in Ireland and I was fishing very fast, and I didn't want that stop, maybe it's going to get in the way, the line might get caught on it, and there's no chance of a big fish coming along. I can just adjust it, flatten it, so it's not in the way, and I've got a totally smooth rest. So it's the best of both worlds. So if you're looking at buying one rest for carp and silvers, you've got the ability with an adjustable stop. But if you just want to fish silvers all the time, you can just adjust it, lie it flat, it's not in the way, and you've got a nice smooth rest to fish with. A common problem with a lot of rod rests, and one we've solved very much with the XL Reaper, is when you're attaching it to a bank stick or whatever sort of attachment you need, because it's got a round profile, it's always sitting in the right position. And because the adjustable stop, as the name suggests, is adjustable, it doesn't matter what angle you attach it at, you can just adjust the stop, so you can either have it lying flat or has that bolt effect, as I've already talked about. So you're always fishing perfectly, you haven't got to mess about with the rod rest, the change of attachment. Just screw the Reaper on, adjust the adjustable stop, and you're fishing straight away. With the XL Reaper being 50 centimetres in length, it also lends itself perfectly to twitching. Just before I'm going to reel in, sometimes I might want to give the bait a little bit of movement, or just make sure the feeder's empty. Because it's so long, I can sort of twitch, get that feeder moving and just drop it straight back down again. And I'm fishing immediately, so I'm looking for a bite. I think to sum up, I've always sort of been a believer in you only need sort of one rod rest, and the original Reaper has been fantastic, particularly on commercials. And when I fish commercials with carp, I should still use the original Reaper. But with spending more time in Ireland, venues like Bow Beach, Ferry Meadows, I wanted a rest that's purpose-built for that as well, and that's where the XL Reaper comes in. And don't get me wrong, there's lots of rod rests on the market, but we looked at all of them and we took some good bits and all the little problems, and I feel we've ironed them out with the XL Reaper.